Join me as I tackle the challenge of voting for the very first time and share my experience with all the stress that comes with it. Voting for the first time can be super intimidating. You're about to exercise a fundamental right, but you're not entirely sure what you're doing, and that lack of knowledge can be really stressful. You're not alone, though. I'm right there with you. In this video, we're going to tackle those feelings of anxiety and walk through the process together. One of the biggest challenges first-time voters face is understanding the voting process itself. It's not like they teach you how to vote in school, and if you're lucky, your parents might have taken you to the polls when you were younger, but that's about it. So when it's your turn to cast a ballot, it can be overwhelming. Then there's the sheer amount of information out there. So many candidates, so many issues, so many opinions. It's hard to know where to start, and it's easy to feel like you're not prepared enough. And let's be real, there's also the fear of making the wrong choice. What if I'm not informed enough? What if I accidentally vote for someone who doesn't align with my values? Another challenge is figuring out how to register to vote and what you need to bring to the polls. Do you need an ID? Do you need to be registered in advance? What if you're voting absentee? There are so many questions, and it can be hard to find the answers. And on top of all that, there's the pressure to make a difference. You're not just voting for yourself, you're voting for your community, your friends, your family. It's a lot of responsibility, and it can be really daunting. Lastly, there's the fear of the unknown. You've never done this before, so you don't know what to expect. What happens when you get to the polls? What happens if you make a mistake on your ballot? All these unknowns can add up to a whole lot of stress. So take a deep breath and let's break it down together. We can do this. So let's talk about the importance of researching candidates. You don't have to be an expert, but you should have an idea of what each candidate stands for and how their policies align with your values. A simple Google search can go a long way, and there are tons of websites out there that provide voter guides and candidate comparisons. It's also essential to know your voting rights. What times the polls are open, what kind of ID you need, and what's on the ballot. It might seem like a lot, but trust me, it's worth it. When it comes to preparing for Election Day, make a plan. Decide when and how you're going to vote, and make sure you have everything you need. If you're voting absentee, make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get your ballot in. It might seem obvious, but having a plan can really reduce your stress levels. And remember, you're not alone. Reach out to friends, family, or even a voting organization if you need help or guidance. I want to share a personal story that really drives home the importance of voting. I had a friend who was really passionate about a particular issue, and they realized that their vote could make a real difference. So they organized a whole group of friends to go vote together, and it ended up being this really empowering experience. They realized that their voice mattered and that they had the power to create change. It's stories like those that remind us why voting is so crucial. Here's a statistic that always blows my mind. In the 2016 US presidential election, it's estimated that over 100 million eligible voters didn't cast a ballot. That's a lot of potential change that wasn't made. But I want to leave you with a sense of hope and empowerment. Every single vote matters, and every single voice counts. So don't be intimidated if you're new to voting. Take the time to learn, prepare, and make your voice heard. In summary, voting for the first time can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. By doing your research, knowing your rights, and preparing for Election Day, you can feel confident and empowered. Remember, it's okay to feel stressed, but don't let that stop you from making a difference. If you're a first-time voter, I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments below. Have any questions or tips to share? Let's chat. And if you want to learn more about researching candidates effectively, be sure to check out my next video, where I'll dive deeper into that topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.